everybody. I'm here today with Les Stewart at Trophy Brewing in Raleigh, North Carolina. And Les is the co-owner and the chief brewing officer at Trophy.
That's right.
How are you doing today, Les?
Not too bad. The sun's out, the sky is blue, people are drinking in the tap room. I'm happy.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Les, you and your partners at Trophy have been a really important part of the craft brewing scene in Raleigh from the very beginning. What's that journey been like for you?
Oh, it's been fun. It's been a journey. It's been a bit of a roller coaster at times too. I kind of jumped in. You have to start really with my partners. Even before I'm part of the company, they had a restaurant downtown called the Busy Bee Cafe. Okay. And it was one of the best beer bars in the state. A lot of fun for me. At the time, I was a home brewer and deep into beer, and would go there, and they had an extensive Belgian beer list and just all kinds of beer kind of coolness in a time when it was really exciting in North Carolina. We had just recently passed the pop cap bill, increasing our the percentage of beers that could be on the shelves from 6% to 15%.
What year was that?
That year was 2005.
Okay.
So this is about 5 years later, and you really got a huge wave building of craft beer that previously hadn't been there in North Carolina. They wanted to open up a brewery. I was friends of theirs and have been brewing for a while, and they invited me to be their brewer, which I thought was crazy. So I ended up jumping on board, and we worked to open up our original location, the Trophy Brewing and Pizza on Morgan Street, and then we went from there.
I noticed that you have announced your 7th location in Raleigh now.
Currently 7th location. Yeah, that's right. So, technically 7th location. We've got 2 locations that are kind of adjacent to each other, and then another 2 that are kind of adjacent to each other, but they are separate locations, enjoying separate names, separate styles, separate business plans, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a really big footprint in Raleigh. Any plans to expand beyond Raleigh?
No. Yeah. No plans. It's not to say that we're against it or anything, but one thing that I think is part of our secret sauce of success is being close to our employees, being part of the fabric of a single community, even with all of our places, and having that focus in Raleigh. It's still not surprising to us that we can go outside of the triangle and people don't know who we are, because we know that we move 98% of our beer inside the triangle. Right.
What about distribution? Does that distribution all the way throughout the state now in cans?
No. So we are exclusively self-distributed. At just under 5,000 barrels or so, and so we don't distribute outside the triangle, except for Wilmington. We do occasionally run a truck down to Wilmington, especially in the summertime, when you have so many Raleighs, of course, down. That's right. And triangle folks down in the
they're thirsty.
in Wilmington, they're thirsty. Exactly.
Well, speaking of thirsty for beers, what are some of your favorite Trophy beers right now?
Well, actually, I'm really excited about several beers that we have right now. Of course, it's Oktoberfest season, so that's always exciting. We're about to release Milky Way, which we do at the same time every year at the very beginning of September, which is our salted caramel sweet stout. Both of those are exciting, kind of known releases. We also have a beer out right now that's part of our Pixelated IPA series that's called Paperboy.
I've seen that.
Paperboy delivers, and it's actually, I'm really proud for that to be on the shelves too as a good hazy IPA option.
Yeah. Well, tell me about Pixelated. I'm really curious about that name.
Oh, it's just a reference to the series. And yet in my head, and I know it's a jump, it's like pixelated. It's kind of like hazy. So it's kind of like but it's actually the concept of the series is it celebrates retro video games from the 1980s and early 1990s.
Gotcha.
Thus pixelated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've got a really fantastic range of beers, and we're excited to taste them a little bit later. But that's going to be all for today. Once again, we've been speaking with Les Stewart at Trophy Brewing in Raleigh. And if you liked our video, please like us and subscribe. Bye, y'all.